Roller coaster? 2. They build and promote railways, toy trains, and public transportation, dog houses and great entertainment on TV, processed and microwaved food, a financial system of perpetual debt, all set in motion by a collective spell, extremely well orchestrated, and the funny part is that you yourself are working to create them, through your own physical, emotional, and mental effort. The spell works through and on 3 main levels: fear, habit, and belief, paralysis, lethargy, conviction. The goal and final result being forgetfulness. All the system wants is a distorted image of yourself, an image of a powerless and incapable character. In fact, it's a role into which it pours you, like into a mold, to create the character it needs, a puppet on strings that responds to certain impulses, commands, and stimuli. If you look closely at the world around you, you can clearly see that you are surrounded solely by authorities, religious, spiritual, scientific, economic, and governmental, all set in motion by church hierarchies. The police, the military, major universities, and financial banking empires. And it's as if you were a fool who has no idea what kind of world he's in and needs them to tell you what's going on and how things work, what to do and how to do it. In fact, they want to teach you their version of the truth, the one they need to drill into your head so they can use you, an individual with a narrow mind, trained and repressed instincts, driven by fear and amnesia. The entire framework is built for, and relies on, maintaining your weakness and undermining your own authority, your own power, and your own knowledge. The church churns out the guilty by the dozen. Science sells partial and truncated knowledge in the form of supreme truths. The financial system puts debt into circulation in the form of currency, national and international, and, more recently, pixels, that is, a nothing for which you act as if you owed something somewhere, to someone. And this is a perpetual circulation or passing around of a fictitious debt from one person to another, or from one pocket to another. Cultivating and instilling a spirit of debt, guilt, and ignorance is what keeps the whole story, the field, and the fog going. Original sin, sold by the church as ancestral guilt, is in fact disobedience toward a self-proclaimed omnipotent authority, and the temptation is discovering the truth that you live in a laboratory, on a human farm, where experiments are conducted on you, and this on multiple levels: biological, psychological, mental, and emotional. And yes, your parents lived under this spell, as did your grandparents and great-great-grandparents, ever since the first fall, which was actually self-sabotage, self-deception, a surrender of power, a lack of trust, an externalization of natural inner power, which took shape and became the aggressor, the enemy, the devil, the evil one, the deceiver. Illness, death, and amnesia are the result of this lack of self-confidence. Because if you live only within a certain range of sensation and perception, then the rest of the energy in the whole, your own, which you don't use, becomes fuel and nourishment for something else. They are here because this is what they feed on and use. They thrive on your laziness, your complacency, and the fact that you believe yourself to be powerless, full of guilt, and incapable. In reality, they are that part of you not consciously integrated, that power you have neglected and which you are now reclaiming in the healing process.